Hey, what's up, comic fans? Mr. Q Comics back with some more show and tell. All right, today I've got a nice stack of books back from CGC. This is an all modern submission, 25 books. Sent these out to the comic book presser to get clean and pressed, probably tail end of 2023. Took them about 5 weeks or so, I would say, to get them shipped out to CGC. That included a 17 book vintage submission as well. So I didn't pay for Fast Pass or anything. He turned them around really fast, I thought. Got to CGC shortly before the holidays, I think, and they got everything back to me 2-3 weeks into January. So really happy with the turn times without paying for Fast Pass, and really happy with a lot of these grades. Definitely had some surprises, most of them positive, couple of surprises negative, but nothing too big. So I mean, that always happens. So before we dive into the books, do me a favor, go down below, hit the like button, hit subscribe. Let me know what you think about these books. All right, so most of the stuff is stuff I've either been sitting on, unfortunately, and dragging my tail getting it to CGC, or stuff I picked up fairly recently. So did not do a pre-screen, just kind of wanted to kind of gauge my assessment. Sometimes I like to just send stuff in and see how it comes out if I'm not sure, kind of get a little grading education. So most of these I thought were going to be 9.4s or higher. I think most of them I had marked down at least 9.6s, but all right, let's start out first. We've got Green Lantern number 51 from 1994. I was really hoping for a 9.8 to make this worth it. This is the first appearance of Kyle Rayner's new costume. This one came back a 9.6. This was one of the ones I was honestly kind of surprised to be a 9.6. So not a huge book. I don't even know what this goes for in a 9.6. It's probably, I think I'd be happy to get $50 for it, but no big deal. A lot of these books I pulled from dollar bins, so I was happy to take a shot and see how they came out. Not sure what I paid for this one, but I am assuming it was a dollar bin find or something like that. All right, next, this is a book I had shown off. I got a couple of copies of this last year. Blackest Night number 1. This is the Ivan, I don't know how to say his name. I think it's Ivan Reyes, the sketch cover. I got 2 of these. I only sent 1 in. Wasn't sure. I think I thought it was a long shot to get a 9.8. So it's just one of those thick cardstock covers, and it's got a couple of indents on there that I'm sure just couldn't come out. So I took a shot and figured, again, I think I got these for $15 each, and I only sent in 1 just to kind of see how it came out. So can't complain about a 9.6. Next, we've got another one. I was hoping for the 9.8, but taking a shot. We've got Uncanny X-Men 193. This is first appearance of Warpath in costume. I'm pretty sure this is also the first Firestar in continuity. This book was once hot a couple years back, as everything was, but this thing has really taken a nosedive. I think even in the 9.8, it's maybe only a $100 book. So I was hoping for the 9.8, but we got a 9.6. All right, next we've got, I know this was a dollar bin find from a couple years back, Batman, Sword of Azrael number 1. Got the 9.8 white pages on that. First appearance of Azrael. Again, not a big book. I think this is maybe about $100, something like that. I can't remember. So I'm pretty positive I got that for $1 though. All right, this book, I honestly have so many of these. When I first got back into collecting, I got a collection off a guy, and he had a couple of books that were in diamond boxes, and this was one of them, and I have periodically just been selling them on eBay. I have sold them in lots of 5. I have given them away, when Instagrammers or other people have bought books from me just kind of off of eBay. But we've got Vampirella number 10. This is from Harris Comics, 2002. This is one of those pretty popular Mike Mayhew covers. I don't even know how many more of these I have, but I just said, you know what, I should probably start getting 1 or 2 of these slabbed. Most of them are just really sharp copies. This is definitely one of those ones I look at, and with recent news about possibilities for 9.9 pre-screens, when you go through the submission and see what comes out as a 9.8, and then you look at this book to me is like, this would be one that should be a 9.9. These are like, we're untouched. There's no spine ticks. The corners are razor sharp. So, I know there's a lot of discussion about that stuff. I'm still kind of not sure how I feel about it. It certainly raises into question a lot of 9.8s that are out there, and the kind of, the differences in 9/8s, and I definitely got a few of those in here. So regardless, 9/8 on that I'm pretty happy with. Have no idea what those go for, but I know I've sold most of the raw near mint copies in the $15-20 range, just depending who is looking for them at the time. All right, next we have got, this was one of the surprises. This was a book I found for like $6 last year. I thought I had this one down as like a 9.6. So this one really surprised me. We've got Dazzler number 33. This is that awesome thriller homage cover by Bill Sienkiewicz, but this is the Canadian price variant. So I thought for sure this was going to be a big money book. Only came out at 9.0. I think it's just got more spine ticks than I caught, a couple of dings on the corners that maybe I missed. So I'm not sure. I really thought it was going to be a little higher, but still, what are you going to do? You're not going to get, everyone's not going to come back at 9.8. And, I only paid $6. So I cannot really complain about that. It's still an awesome book. And I know there's a market for those Canadian price variants. All right. Next, we have got one I should have sent off a while back, but I just drag my butt sometimes. During COVID, I was selling the whole time, but certain books I wish I had gotten out sooner and flipped. But we have got Bitterroot number 1. This is, I probably paid cover price for this, I'm sure. 9.8 white pages. This was hot at some point. I don't even remember. There's some potential project or someone bought the rights, or you know how it goes. So who the heck knows? This is probably, I will guess $100 book in a 9.8. I don't even know. So I'm pretty sure I got another copy of this as well. I think I did read the series when it came out and I thought it was pretty good, or at least a few issues anyways. So, all right. Next, this one I did see just kind of get a little bit of heat behind it. I think I've had this one for a while. I think I got it for like $12 from a local shop. And I thought it was a 9.8 when I got it. It is Batman 656. First full appearance of Damian Wayne. I can't remember the speculation. I think there is possibilities going to be in one of the DC projects, I believe. I know I just saw it pop up on the Key Collector app. So I've been sitting on this for a while, and I know the stuff with Damian Wayne has kind of gotten hot, gotten cool, and kind of a little bit hot again. So pretty happy with that. And most of these books, guys, I don't think I'm keeping any of these. Honestly, a lot of these I have, and I'm happy to keep raw. Maybe a couple I might keep. So if you're interested in anything, feel free to hit me up, because a lot of this will probably be consigned. Maybe some of the smaller ones I'll put on eBay, but a lot of the slabs I like to just consign out to my comic shop or Golden Auctions. All right, next we've got just a cool Jim Lee variant I got in a collection last year. Did not pay a lot for it, but it's Justice League number 11. I thought it was a nice sharp copy. Came back in 9.8. This is, number 11 from 2012. Jim Lee, the black and white, the sketch cover. So just a cool book. I thought there was a shot in a 9.8. So don't think it's super expensive book. I'm guessing, again, maybe $100. All right. Next we got a few more out here. Still over sleeves. These I think I got a few of, and again, should have sent out a while ago, but we have got New Agents of Atlas, number 1. This is the first appearance of Far Too Many People for Me to Name from 2019. I got a stack of these at some point. I think at Newberry Comics had like multi-packs they were clearing out, and they had a bunch of these in there, and I grabbed them. So I can't remember. That was probably 2 years ago. So again, no idea what this is going for in a 9.8, but one of the ones I wish I had sold off sooner. Next, another one I've been sitting on, Invincible Iron Man number 9. I know I did sell some of these during the pandemic, but we got the first full appearance of Riri Williams. Have no idea if anything is going to continue with her. I can't remember if they were supposed to do a show or what. There's just, I got to be honest, there's way too much MCU content for me out there. I have kind of lost track. A little, for my taste, a little oversaturated. I'm a firm believer. I've gotten heat for saying this before in the past. I'm a firm believer of less is more. I don't need every single storyline filled in. Sometimes it's good to leave things to the imagination and leave us waiting a bit, in my opinion. I know I said that once before, and so people really got on me in the comments. But anyways, that is just my take. So, but cool to have that in a 9.8 nonetheless. All right, this is just a cool I always like this cover. I got this last year in a portion of a collection I bought. I think I showed it off too. Finally got around to sending it in. Gotham City Sirens #1. This is a Gillian March cover. I think I got like 1 through 20 or something in the collection, and all really sharp. But I know there has been some, I think this got hot a few weeks back too. I can't remember why. But just a cool cover. I know a lot of people dig that series and dig that artwork, so... All right, always a classic. I've got a ton of these I've been sitting on, and I sent a couple in, and they didn't hit the 9.8, but I finally got one in the 9.8. This is one of the ones I'm not sure if I want to keep it just because it's a 9.8, but we got Spider-Man #1, the black and silver cover, of course, the McFarlane Spider-Man. This is just nostalgic for me. You know, growing up reading comics, I remember this coming out. I remember buying multiple copies. McFarlane on Spider-Man was just my absolute favorite as a kid. So I don't think books like that are gonna, be a huge... I don't think they're, investment grade type caliber books. But it is a nostalgia piece, just a really cool piece that I like to have. So I've got it, of course. I just don't know if I'm gonna keep the 9.8 or sell it. But usually still a pretty desirable book. I think it's at least $150, $200 in a 9.8 if I'm not mistaken. So, all right, next we have got this one. I did get another 9.8 and sold it during the pandemic, I believe. But we've got Darth Vader #3, first appearance of Dr. Aphra. Again, another one that has got super hot during the pandemic, during 2021, 2022. All the Star Wars books, of course, and cooled right off. Don't know where this sits. I'm guessing it's less than $200 in a 9.8. We have also got one. I found this years ago in an antique shop, and I think this was the ones I was not sure if it was going to get a 9.8. This book for me, every time I get it, it has a lot of that color rub you get on the back of the spine, which just doesn't seem to impact the grade as much as I thought. But we have got, again, Darth Vader #3, but this is the green third printing. So we get a 9.8 in that. Both of them I kind of question because they have that color rub, but I guess it's just not that bad because I've sent in a bunch with color rub and hit 9.8. So I think the fourth print of this book is super expensive, and of course that I can't remember who does the variant cover, but that's always a sought after one as well. All right, maybe 10 more books, something like that. So let's get a few more out. All right, we have got this book. This one's still pretty pricey. I think this is still a $200+ book. We've got Amazing Spider-Man #10. This is the first appearance of Spider-Punk. Oh my God, the Miles Morales movie. Was it Across the Spider-Verse? Which I thought was awesome. I do love those series. Of course, he was in that. And I can't remember what they're calling the third part, whenever that comes out. But this has stayed pretty pricey. I think it's like a $250 book and a 9.8. I think. I can't remember. All right, this is just an awesome cover. I got this in a collection last July, I think, something like that. Marvel Zombies #3. You've got the Hulk 340 cover homage. This is Arthur Sidam. Again, I think I got 2 or 3 of those in the collection, and I just opted to send out just the one. I can't remember. I might have sold one raw that was a little bit, more beat up, but still awesome cover. I'll always take the original, but that is super cool. And not expensive. I think that's less than $100 even in a 9.8. All right, this is one. I have had a few of these. I think I found someone, again, when I first got back into collecting. I think I hit an antique store and found like 4 of these for like $5, all really sharp. Mark Spector Moon Knight #57. Stephen Platt cover. This one is always really sought after. Of course, the homage to Spider-Man 301. Yeah, a lot of those Platt covers are really highly sought after. Don't know what this goes for. Again, I think it's less than $200 nowadays. All right, now we're getting into, all right, this one. This was one of the, this I knew was a long shot. Maybe not a long shot. I took a shot on it. I got this at an antique store last year. I paid it, a little bit less than FMV, but I really got it thinking there was a good chance for a 9.8. Unfortunately, it came back a 9.6. We've got Secret Wars #8, so I'll definitely be taking a loss on this one. I think I paid about $275 last year for it in a 9.6, but at least it came back a 9.6 still. So I don't even know what this goes for, but man, during the pandemic, I think a 9.8 in Secret Wars 8 was definitely over $1,000. I don't know what it's at now. Probably down around 600, 700 bucks in a 9.8, something like that. But always a cool book. I mean, everyone's always looking for that. It seems it seems like everyone's always hunting for a Secret Wars 8. All right. Now we're into some of the better books here. A lot of the same stuff coming up that I sent in multiple copies. So I found these. I got one copy in, again, a collection I bought a year ago. And a couple I had got in trade with a local shop. So really paid like 20 or 40 bucks each out of pocket, something like that. But we've got Amazing Spider-Man 606, one of these awesome Campbell covers. 9.8 again. Fantastic. Really happy with that. And I had 2 copies of that I sent in. So super psyched that both came back a 9.8. This is of the 3. The, the least expensive in a 9.8. So very happy. Both of those came back a 9.8. We have also got, I only sent in one of these. I can't remember if the other one was just obviously more beat up, but we've got 607 as well. This one I'm torn on because I do love this cover, and I only sent in one, but we got the 9.8 on that as well. So very happy with those. And you can probably guess, I did also send in the copies of 601. And I hit the 9.8 on that one. And like I said, I had 2 copies of this. So very fortunate to hit the 9.8 on both of these. And I thought these were definitely a little bit of gift giving on these two. But man, I checked these recently, and this going for about 600 bucks. This was one of those really controversial Campbell covers. I think I actually mentioned it in my very last video. I got another raw copy, which I'll probably keep the raw copy because it's pretty sharp, and probably sell these off. These will probably be going up on my comic shop or Golden Auction. I'm not positive, but yeah, super pricey book. Really excited to have gotten 9.8s. Again, I think I paid 50 cents for one, out of a collection, just kind of working out the cost per book, and 40 bucks for another. So definitely a score on those. And finally, the biggest book of the lot. I bought this last year. I paid 60 bucks for this, knowing it was a sharp copy. I wasn't really paying attention when I bought it, and then when I went to get ready to submit it, I realized what I actually had gotten. But we've got Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Adventures #1. I posted this on Instagram as soon as I got it in. This is the Canadian price variant. So this is the first appearance of Krang, Bebop, and Rocksteady. It's got the $1.25 price tag. So that's how you know it's the Canadian price. I didn't even realize it when I bought it. I just thought it was the regular copy. And this is still a pricey book in a 9.8. I think its last sale was about 1,200 bucks. So I was stoked when this came back a 9.8. I thought a 9.6, but wow. Awesome book on that. That one I will probably be selling. I do have a raw copy, and I'm not someone who cares too much about the Canadian price variants. To me, it's kind of like the Mark Jewelers thing. I know there's collectors who like that stuff. So this one will probably be going to my comic shop. But that is it for the books, guys. Again, if anything catches your eyes, you're interested, you can hit me up on Instagram. I sell through Instagram. I've sold through quite a few people on there. So, let me know what you think about these books, and I'll talk to you soon.